If you've ever been to dim sum or a Chinese buffet, then you already know what these delicacies are. This is the incredibly addicting sesame ball with many different types of fillings and flavors to fit any taste you want. We're about to make it the Bao Bei way. Let's get started. Few ingredients, used well, is all it takes. Glutinous rice flour gives the dish its characteristic chewiness. And we'll have several types of paste we'll be using, including green tea, black sesame, red bean, and my favorite, taro. We'll start by prepping and forming our paste. Cut the paste into pieces. The shape doesn't really matter, but make sure that it's equal in size and weight. Dust some flour on a plate, as well as our different paste, and this will prevent stickiness and make it easy to handle. We're going to preform each piece into a ball, which will make our job much easier when we're working with the dough and stuffing our sesame balls. To make handling even easier, we're going to put them in the freezer until needed. Now, in increments, slowly pour in our sugar water into the flour while mixing at the same time. Use the spatula to ensure that the water is being evenly distributed from the sides to the top and the bottom. When a shape begins to form, gently knead for just about 5 minutes. It doesn't need to be too smooth, as this dough really likes to crack, but don't worry, we have a solution for that later. Form it, then cover it and let it rest for just a few minutes. You can cut it or just use your hands to rip off each piece. 45 to 50 grams is the ideal weight. Keep the flour covered when you're not using it to avoid drying out. You'll notice that our dough feels very cracked and crumbly. As a solution, rub our dough very firmly to create a circle shape. This is critical for smoothing it out and getting rid of the cracks. If you still see any at any time during this process, just wet your hands a bit and then continue. Now we have a smooth, round piece of dough ready to be shaped. Thumbs on the inside and fingers on the outside, we're going to create a pocket for the filling, maintaining the same even thickness that you see here. Drop our preformed fillings into the center. Use your index finger and thumb to pinch upwards in a round formation until you reach the top to seal it off. And you'll understand why our slightly frozen paste makes this part much simpler to complete. Pinch it and be sure that it's sealed very tightly to avoid leaks in the cooking process. Now use a splash of water and give it a final roll until we get a beautiful, smooth and round surface. Just like this. Drop it in and gently swirl the ball around to get an even distribution of sesame seeds. Let's finish it off. Now we're going to fry our sesame balls on a low heat for 12 to 15 minutes. And don't overcrowd the pot, as these will expand about 1.5 times their size. The bubbles should be soft and quiet with this low heat. Move them around occasionally, and you'll see the sesame balls begin floating to the top after a few minutes. Maintain that low heat and start to move them around more often so the sides cook equally in the oil. Keep moving them around in accordance to what side looks like needs more color. And now we have that gorgeous golden hue all around. Finished. Mmm. Crispy toasted sesame seeds on the outside, and then right when you bite in, you get this amazing chewy interior followed by that feeling that just hits you like a bomb. So this is the black sesame one, and you can see by how mushy it is. It just has such a nice chew to it that it's very delicate to the hands. That's how you know you got that amazing QQ texture. Because the filling is already a little bit sweet, you don't want to add too much sugar, but you can if you want to. But be warned, the more sugar that you put in, the more prone the sesame balls are to burning when you're frying them in the oil. Be sure to not fry this on a very high heat because the sesame balls will expand and explode. It has happened to me several times and it's very dangerous, so be very careful when you're working with a level of heat. That's why I always like to fry these on a very low key for a much longer amount of time. Make the process a lot safer and simple and still get the best result. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. It is a little bit difficult at first, so be sure to follow the ratios, follow my instructions, and I promise you, you too will have amazing sesame balls in the comfort of your own kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe, share, chop that like button, and I'll see you guys next